The age-old adage suggests that a picture can encapsulate the essence of 1,000 words, and while it may seem clichéd, it's an enduring truth. Occasionally, a solitary image possesses the remarkable ability to evoke emotions that transcend linguistic expression. Yet there are instances where the narrative within a picture is not immediately discernible. At first glance, these photographs may appear ordinary, but beneath their surface lies an entirely distinct, and at times, sinister significance that unfurls when their backstory is unveiled. Welcome to the Screaming Room. Behind the facade of what appears to be an unremarkable snapshot from a typical home party, a disquieting secret lies in wait. On the left side of the frame stands Michael Mandel, who captured this moment as a keepsake to commemorate his enduring friendship with Tyler Hadley, the individual seen on the right, grasping a cup. This photograph would serve as a poignant reminder of a profound revelation, leaving him uncertain about when he would cross paths with Tyler once more. At 1:15 p.m. on July 16, 2011, Tyler Hadley, a 17-year-old living in Port St. Lucie, Florida, posted a status on Facebook. "Party at my crib tonight? Maybe." However, a significant obstacle loomed on the horizon. Hadley's parents were present at home. They had recently reprimanded him, grounding him due to his indulgence in alcohol and drugs, and they had no intention of permitting their teenage son to host a party. A few friends were aware of this predicament and expressed disbelief. When one friend inquired if the party was truly taking place, Hadley responded with uncertainty, typing out, "I don't know, man, I'm working on it." But by 8:15 p.m., the party was on and around 60 people were invited. Tyler posted again on his Facebook wall to confirm, "Party at my house, HMU." When one of his friends asked, "What if your parents come home?" Hadley had responded, "They won't, trust me." Tyler Hadley's unwavering confidence stemmed from a chilling fact. Earlier that day, he had committed the gruesome act of murdering both his parents. Allegedly, Tyler had meticulously planned these murders several weeks in advance, even confiding in a friend about his sinister intentions. During this prior conversation, he expressed his intent to hold a sizable party after committing parricide, suggesting that such an occurrence had never been witnessed before. After Tyler's parents returned home that day, he hid their phones and locked their black Labrador in a closet. Shortly before 5 p.m., on the evening of July 16, 2011, Tyler took 3 pills of ecstasy and then stood behind his mother, Mary Jo, as she worked on her computer in the family room. He attacked his mother with the back end of a claw hammer. Hearing the screams of his wife, Tyler's father rushed out of the bedroom to see what was happening. Blake saw Tyler attacking his mother and froze at the sight. Tyler then fatally attacked his father with the hammer. After killing them, he dragged their bodies into the master bedroom and spent 3 hours cleaning up the blood and throwing household items that reminded him of them on top of their bodies. He funded the house party with his dead parents' credit cards. Tyler confided in his friend, Michael Mandel, during a brief walk, revealing the grisly details of the crime. Upon their return to the party, Mandel made the horrifying discovery of Blake and Mary Jo's lifeless bodies in the master bedroom. Astonishingly, Mandel did not depart from the gathering immediately. Instead, he remained by Tyler's side for several hours, even capturing the selfie with him. 4 hours elapsed before Mandel eventually left the party, taking the step of contacting a local crime hotline to report the murders. Subsequently, news of this heinous act began to circulate through word of mouth, casting a pall over the community. Tyler Hadley was apprehended by authorities in the early hours of the following morning. In 2014, he was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. During his time behind bars, awaiting his sentencing, Tyler occupied himself by granting fellow inmates his autograph. He would take a news article about the murder and write, "It's hammer time," across the article and sign with his self-proclaimed nickname, Hammer Boy. As you look upon this photograph, it seems to capture a heartwarming moment between a father and his son, their radiant smiles suggesting a joyful day out. However, this seemingly ordinary picture holds a profound place in Irish history. This moment was frozen in time on August 15, 1998, along Market Street in the town of Omagh, Northern Ireland. Father and son stood beside a red Vauxhall Cavalier seen next to thee on the right. A car containing about 500 pounds or 230 kilograms of fertilizer-based explosives. In the moments following the snap of the camera, tragedy struck as the bomb detonated, claiming the lives of 29 individuals and inflicting injuries upon 220 others. Remarkably, the pair captured in the photo, Gonzalo Cavedo and his son, miraculously survived the catastrophic blast. Regrettably, the photographer did not share the same fate. This devastating event was orchestrated by a faction identifying themselves as the Real IRA, or the Real Irish Republican Army. They were a splinter group that broke away from the Provisional Irish Republican Army, IRA, staunchly opposing both the IRA's ceasefire and the Good Friday Agreement, which had been signed earlier in that very year. The Omagh Bombing stands as a tragic landmark in history, marking the deadliest single incident of the Troubles, a tumultuous period characterized by an ethnic and nationalist conflict that gripped Northern Ireland during the latter part of the 20th century. In this photograph, captured against the iconic backdrop of Niagara Falls, a person wearing a distinctive red sweater stands out in the background, positioned atop the rock barrier. However, from the image alone, it remains unclear whether this individual was positioned in front of the protective railing. This person in question was a 20-year-old Japanese international student named Ayano Tokumasu, who was pursuing her studies at the Hansa Language Center in Toronto. Eyewitnesses recount that Tokumasu had ventured beyond the safety railing, straddling it as she sought to get a closer look at the majestic falls. Tragically, when she attempted to regain her footing, she lost her balance and plunged into the river, approximately 24 meters upstream from the precipice of the falls. The powerful current swiftly carried her away. Nearly a week later, a woman's lifeless body was discovered on the American side of the Niagara River, ultimately identified as the Japanese student Tokumasu. Her fellow classmates remember her with great affection for her cheerful demeanor, warm smile, and intellectual prowess. Hailing from Toyohashi in Aichi Prefecture, located along the Pacific Ocean, approximately 250 kilometers southwest of Tokyo, Tokumasu had previously attended Aichi University. This photograph, captured in 1975, depicts an adventure in Sequoia National Park by two brothers, 18-year-old Michael McQuilken and 12-year-old Sean McQuilken, as they embarked on a climb up Morro Rock. However, as they ascended to the summit, their excitement was met with an unexpected change in the weather. To their astonishment, their hair began to stand on end. Intrigued by this peculiar occurrence, their 15-year-old sister, Mary, seized the opportunity to capture the phenomenon in photographs. Little did they realize that these snapshots would one day become famous and serve as a warning to others. Years later, Michael McQuilken recalled a curious incident during their ascent. When he raised his arm into the air, his ring emitted a loud buzzing sound, audible to everyone present. Unbeknownst to them, these were early signs of electrically charged air. Consequently, the group decided to descend from the summit. Soon thereafter, the temperature dropped, heralding the arrival of a hailstorm. Tragedy struck when they hadn't ventured far from the peak. A lightning bolt descended upon the two brothers, enveloping them in a blinding burst of light. Michael vividly remembered a sensation of weightlessness, time seemingly slowing down, and a deafening explosion. Upon regaining his senses, Michael realized that his younger brother, Sean, had also fallen victim to the lightning's wrath. Sean had collapsed and knelt on the ground, with smoke emanating from his back. Michael rushed to his side, checking for signs of life, breathing, and a pulse. Miraculously, Sean was alive, but he bore the scars of the ordeal, suffering severe third-degree burns on his elbows and back. Although both brothers survived this harrowing incident, they vowed never to attempt mountain climbs in the presence of looming thunderstorms, a lesson learned through their unforgettable and life-altering encounter. This final photograph captures the American physicist Harold Agnew cradling the nuclear core of the Fat Man atomic bomb that would later be dropped over Nagasaki in 1945. On the 9th of August 1945, the United States detonated an atomic bomb over the Japanese city of Nagasaki, situated in southern Japan. Had long held the status of being one of the region's major seaports. During wartime, the city played a crucial role due to its extensive industrial operations, encompassing the manufacturing of weaponry, ships, military gear, and various war-related materials. Dominating this industrial landscape were the city's 4 largest companies: Mitsubishi Shipyards, Electrical Shipyards, Arms Plant, and Steel and Arms Works. These establishments collectively employed approximately 90% of the city's workforce and contributed to 90% of its industrial output. Despite the heightened destructive power of the bomb compared to the one deployed in Hiroshima, its impact was largely contained within the confines of the narrow Urakami Valley, owing to the surrounding hillsides. Tragically, among the 7,500 Japanese individuals working within the Mitsubishi munitions plant, which included both mobilized students and regular employees, a staggering 6,200 lost their lives. Additionally, between 17,000 and 22,000 others, employed in various war-related plants and factories across the city, also succumbed to the catastrophe. Estimates of immediate casualties vary significantly, with figures ranging from 22,000 to 75,000 lives lost. At the very least, 35,000 to 40,000 individuals perished, while 60,000 more suffered injuries. In the aftermath of the explosion, further loss of life occurred as individuals succumbed to their injuries in the days and months that followed. Due to the presence of undocumented foreign laborers and transient military personnel, there exists considerable disparity in the estimates of total fatalities by the end of 1945. Various studies report a range of 60,000 to 80,000 lives lost in this devastating event.